Hey there, it's Sunday morning, and I just released a video on doing those two things down there. The first one was the lift for the belt sander, lift it up and push it slightly further into the room so that it's at a more comfortable height. I'll be using that a lot. The other one is to move the spindle sander out straight because it's already at the right height, which I probably won't be using that very much. But if you're sanding something big, say you've got the hole, like a hole in the middle of something big, and you need the space behind, then that's what that gives you. Within limits. But then, everything's within limits within, a small shop. All right. So I think this is a better arrangement for the three tools that I'm going to have here, because the one that's missing right now is the bandsaw. All right. I'll be building that soonish. I think this is the best arrangement for them because, I tried them on carts, and that's the ultimate in convenience because you can pull it wherever you want it. But be realistic. Where do you want to pull it? You just need to use it, right? So, if it involves pulling it out, then that's an extra step, and probably you're not going to do it. So wherever it's sitting, basically, you're going to use it. Now, a big exception is my router table that I have in the garage, also my planer in a garage in my miter saw station. Those are out of the way, and I pulled them out and used them because I don't use them very often. Right? So I don't need a router table set up ready to go here in my workshop because it's kind of rare that I use it. Same for the planer. I'm using that in batches. And so I pull it out, set it up, use it, and put it back in, out of the way. It's not taking up extra space in the shop. These things are different, though, because you use these quite often when you're working on projects, especially the belt sander. Okay, so the more convenient it is to use, the better. And I think, like I said, this is the best solution. Build a low bench that they'll fit on, make it so that they'll articulate to make them, more handy, so you have more access. But that's it. I'm not going to, I was thinking an idea for my drill press here, which would involve having space underneath it, basically, underneath a fixed table for the drill press. And then that space underneath could be either used for drawers. You could put drawers in there, which I don't believe in cupboard doors anymore. That's something that, 1970s. Either drawers, or you can do another garage like the router table. So another tool could be on a cart and it could fit in that space. So that's the idea, to make the best use of the space. And right over here, I think that's the best arrangement for those. Already I've used them several times as they are right now. And when I compare it to the way they were over here, way better, way better. What do I got behind me in my blinds? Hold on a second, I'm going to open them. They still work great. I'm waiting for a day when it's decent. Yesterday was decent, nice and sunny, not too hot. But I spent all day editing those videos, so couldn't go out and do it. I was going to take them down and clean them up, not sand them, because they're a good color. I like the color that spruce and pine goes when it's left out in the air. It oxidizes. It turns that color. I love that color. So I was going to bring them out and spray on a couple of coats of water-based polyurethane to seal them up because they get really dirty and it's hard to clean because the dust sticks to them. You can see this one here is filthy. It's absolutely filthy. And just taking the blowgun doesn't clean it off. But I wanted to open them up to show that they still work, right? And how many years ago was it that I built those? And that wasn't really a popular project. I posted it twice, actually. One on what I used to call my red channel, and might have been more than one. It might have been a series there. Anyway, so if it was a series there, I can't remember. If it was a series there, I packed it all into one video and I put it on my main channel. It didn't do very well. I don't know. People are not interested in actually making stuff. They're interested in hearing about stuff or, trivial stuff, right? Like, watch this video before you buy so-and-so. That gets the views, not real projects. With exceptions, of course. I can't complain about my wooden bench dogs here. It's up 374,000 views, but a lot of that is the thumbnail and the title, right? You got to rope the viewer in. And it's so sickening when you have to do that. Like, I was up until, I'm normally up that late anyway. But, it's not like I go to bed at 9 o'clock. I was editing the thumbnail image for these two things 11:30 last night. I came out here, I think it was after 10, to take the picture, because like I said, I spent all day editing the videos. Anyway, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was up until 11:30 making that thumbnail, trying to get something, because it's really difficult to get you can fluke into it. And a lot of people do. They just manage to get it. Without even thinking about it. I'm not saying that's like a savant or something like that. I'm saying they just fluke. It's fluke, right? Just happen to arrive on that image and that title, and it works. It grabs people's attention. So, yeah, 11:30 editing that picture to get that. I don't know. We'll see how it does, because I don't know yet. So it's going to go down in my the room I'm setting up in my basement, the listening room, and do a bit more work down there today. The ceiling is mostly finished, and I recorded some of that because that's the thing. Guys make videos; they record everything. You don't have to see everything. You just need to see a little bit of it. Okay, you're putting strips on the ceiling. You only need to see a little bit of that, right? So you put that in a bigger video that talks about other things. But the big thing I got to do down there now is kind of tidy the room back up again, set up my test equipment, and run another test of the room now that the ceiling's done. And the ceiling is all strips. Okay, it's very much like my office, what I did in my office. And it's just strips of plywood that are coated with water-based polyurethane, spaced apart, and screwed up onto the thing. So it's just sitting up there, right? Nothing special, nothing. And above that, of course, is all that insulation that I put in, and below that is a piece of black cloth. So I was going to do that today, and maybe I'll do some more of that tomorrow. And I don't know where that leaves me for projects for the main channel. Because I was thinking I would take, I don't know, some time off the main channel. Because, okay, the last video I posted on there, After the Lights, which is a stinker, because it didn't do well at all, was the, what was it? I can't even remember what it was. What was it? Holy moly. What was it? Wow, what a memory I have. What was it? The drag chain. It's over there. If it had fists, it punched me in the face. Yeah, that didn't do well either. I thought that, I said, you get the right thumbnail though, you get the right title. I struggle with the title, the thumbnail, but that didn't do well either. And then I posted this thing here, and that would be three. That would be three stinkers in a row, and I don't know. Having three stinkers in a row is not a good thing, right? You need to get the views up, all right? This is a signal that YouTube needs to say that this channel produces hot content. And if it's not getting that signal, it's like this channel, right? I'm not getting any more than 15, 20,000 views on any video I put on this channel, because YouTube knows this channel doesn't put out hot content, right? This is applauding, this many views channel, right? It doesn't put out the big numbers. So, yeah, I was thinking about putting the brakes on the main channel for at least a month. And I've got work to do with other stuff. I've also got to get the plans finished for the bandsaw. I want the plans like 95% done even before I cut the first piece of wood for the bandsaw. Okay, I've learned my lesson on that. I need to get that done and debugged and, put some serious brain power into it before I even start doing the project. Okay, so that's going to take some time. I've already done some of that. I've been back, open it every once in a while and do a little bit more, but I need a solid week of just doing that. So yeah, that'll be mixed in there. And then there's some other stuff that I got to do that, I can get done, like this stuff in the basement and some other stuff around. But yeah, in other words, I wouldn't look for a main channel video next week.
This is the door.
There it is.
What time you got?
7:22 in the AM.
No, ain't quite time yet. Come on, let's hang back.